Good morning.
Good morning, Kirti.
Please unmute yourself and please on your video. I request you all. So let's do it again. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So let's have an encouraging and enthusiastic start with a thunderous round of applause. I am Kirti and I welcome you all in 270th meeting of Pink City Toastmaster Club. Before we start, let me share the mission statement of Toastmaster Club. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. We have some ground rules of the meeting as well. Please do not talk about politics, religion, race, caste, and sex. If you are speaking, and if possible, then please turn your video on. As we are having an online meeting, if you are not speaking, please put yourself on mute mode. The meeting will be long, so please have a water bottle with you. So now, whom should I hand over the stage? As Toastmaster Mukul is not here.
Me.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you, Sajid Rams, for the day. Toastmasters Kirti. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Abhishek.
Good
Good
morning.
morning,
Good
Toastmasters.
morning.
Yes, that's the
Good
energy.
morning.
Today, I, Toastmasters Abhishek, standing here as a presiding officer for today's meeting, and I'm declaring the meeting number 270 open. Let me tell you all about Toastmasters. Toastmasters International is a non-profitable organization which has a headquarters in California. It was founded by Ralph C. Smedley in 1924. The motto of Toastmasters International is to provide communication skills and leadership skills. Other than that, from this Toastmasters, you are learning a lot. It, it helps you to boost your communications, boost your confidence, and if you are in Toastmasters for a long time, it will help you to learn and help your leadership skills. It also helps in your interviews, don't you? All the college students, it really helps because with the confidence, you can go with crack the interviews. It helps in team building. It helps in critical management, projects management, and many more. But today's meeting is something different. Today we have something different theme. For that theme, we have to wait for some time. Before that, I would like to invite some of our guests for their introduction. Techmaster, is there any guest today?
I believe we have guest Ankit among us.
Okay. Guest Ankit, can I please invite you on the stage? We just need three things from you: your name, what you do, either you're a student or you're working, and third, how you get to know about Pink City Toastmasters Club.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Abhishek. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is Ankit Sharma. Currently, I am working as a freelancer for 3D game development and environment development. And I came to know about Pink City Toastmasters from my friend Shubham, who is actually a member of it. So basically, I was looking for some area or space where I can improve my communication skills. So I discussed with him, and he suggested me to join the Toastmasters Club.
Right.
Thank you, guest Ankit, and also thanks to Toastmaster Shubham from bringing the guest Ankit here.
Thank you.
Now, there is someone who really needs to be introduced. There's someone who is the very old Toastmaster and very new for all of you. I would like to invite former area director Toastmaster Raja Agrawal.
Thank you so much,
much, Toastmaster Abhishek, for your kind words. So, my name is Raja, and I work as a content writer for all those who do not know. And I have been a part of Toastmasters Club since 2016, but I left in middle, then joined back, and then left. So the journey continues, and it continues with Pink City Toastmasters Club. And rest you will get to know about me as the time comes.
Thank you, Raja.
Thank you.
Now to proceed the meeting, we have someone who is the former president of Pink City Toastmasters Club, winner of this year's club level contest, Toastmaster Varshit Dosa.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhishek, for taking up the role of presiding officer. A very good morning to all the members present here. A very special good morning to guest Ankit. We are very honored to have you in our meeting, and we hope that just like Toastmaster Shubham, we would be able to help you in your journey of boosting communication skills and leadership skills if you choose to go down that route. It is a very, very fantastic morning, and I believe everybody would have been a bit more relaxed since the winter has gone finally. And the summers are coming, so pleasant weather, pleasant moods. So I would be expecting a very thunderous applauses during the entire meeting. For those who are not aware, there is only one and one currency in Toastmaster. That is a big round of applause. We show our applause every time a speaker shows up onto the stage and every time a speaker goes down from the stage. And the reason for that is that we want to ensure that every speaker gets the maximum, let's say, energy and the vibe and reaction from the audience so that they have the confidence to come back over and over again and keep growing forward, keep moving forward. And that's what we stand for in Pink City Toastmasters Club. I believe, but now let's, without further ado, let me just jump right into the meeting and get into some of the schematics of how the meeting looks like for the benefit of our sole guests today. And then I will proceed, and then I will act as the chaperone throughout the entire meeting, taking you through the entire journey and the phases of the meeting, as well as seed my special interactive activity in the form of a theme I have planned already to just keep the meeting more engaging and keep more interactive among all of the members present today. May you be the speakers, auxiliary role players, or the guest. Without delay, let's me just break down very quickly the structure of today's meeting. Just like any Toastmasters meeting, Pink City Toastmasters meeting today is divided into 3 sections. Section number 1, that is the prepared speech section, and that is what really attracts almost everybody to this Toastmasters platform. And that is an opportunity to speak and communicate and practice and receive critical feedback to improve on specific areas that are important to you, and not just some cookie cutter advice, but precise example driven feedback which you can use to improve. We have a fantastic lineup of 3 speakers. 2 of them will be giving their very first speech and taking up, starting their journey into Toastmasters pathways. And we also have a very seasoned speaker who I will be revealing in a little while. If you are curious, you can just look at the agenda. That's it. The second phase of the meeting is called as a table topic session. And table topic session is something which most people aren't aware when they join Toastmasters, but stay to love forever. And in this section, everybody gets an open opportunity to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. There is a table topic master, which will be displayed by Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, if you are already in the room, please give us a shout out. We'll just wait for 2-3 seconds. And if you aren't, no worries, he'll be joining us in a little while, and he'll explain when his time will come how exactly he's going to plan today's meeting, table topic session. Nonetheless, in this section, I would recommend the guest to just show up, to volunteer and take an opportunity to speak and on an impromptu topic, and just give it a good booster try to see how our Toastmaster speaking experience looks like. For all the members who already know table topic, please be, I'm just looking forward to see what you will come up with in your speech ideas. And that followed up with that is the final evaluation section, which is the most critical undermined in the beginning, but very, very critical section in a Toastmasters meeting. This is where there will be, in this section, you will have a dedicated evaluator who will be evaluating the entire section, every speaker individually, and provide them critical feedback. We also have a general evaluator who will be leading this section. And I would like to invite a general evaluator to come forward and explain how she's going to, general evaluator, how he will be coming forward and play this role, and also introduce the role of auxiliary role players. Without further ado, let's invite Toastmaster Raja, the general evaluator of today's meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varshit, for having me here. So, as and a very good morning, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. So, today I am playing the role of a general evaluator. And if you do not know, evaluation is called as the heart of Toastmasters. And as every cardiologist know how to fix the heart, Toastmasters know how to fix your speech. So let's get to know the team of our tag, which is the stent of Toastmasters, to timer, grammarian, and our counter. So first, I would like to invite timer Toastmaster Ayush to explain his role. Toastmaster Ayush, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja, for inviting me. As you all know, money can be earned in any sort of life, but time that has passed cannot be earned back. Uh, I uh, I will all my fellow Toastmasters, friends and guests. As a timer, my role is remind all speakers how much time they spend on their speech so that we will run this meeting on time. I will raise green, yellow, and red card uh, on time to time. Green card for table topic when the speech is cross 1 minute. Yellow card raised after 1 minute 30 second, and red card will raised after 2 minutes. And for for speech evaluation, green card will raise after 2 minutes, and yellow card will raise after 2 minute 30 second, and red card will raise after uh, 3 minutes. And thank you. And back to
Thank you.
Mr. Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ayush, for explaining the role well. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Vishnu to explain the role of our counter, please.
Hello, everyone. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and all the guests. Uh, as we all know, we often use filler words, and repeated words such as so, and the like so many times without even knowing, and which may sound okay to us, but is an abhorrence for the listener. So, as our counter of today, it's my job to keep count of every filler word that the speakers use in their speeches and report them at the end of the day. So the next time they deliver the speech, they are as fluent and as seamless as they could get. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishnu. Next up is Toastmaster Komal for explaining the role of grammarian.
Thank you for inviting me, Toastmaster Raja. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and respected guests. Today I'm the grammarian and I will listening carefully all of you and make a notes of good and incorrect uses of English language. And I also keep track of the word of the day. And so please use the word of the day as much as possible. And at end of the meeting, I will share my report and what is word of the day is compathy and meaning is happiness and feelings and sentence is the memory are comfy forever. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Komal. She also shared the word in the text, so in the chat box. So if you want, you can read it from there. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yes. Thank you so much, tag team, for being here and explaining the role well. My role of today's meeting is to make a general overview, is to make a general feedback for all the Toastmasters who are not getting a feedback from these tag team and the evaluators. And I'll get back to you with my evaluation at the end of the meeting. With this, I hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Varshit.
Right. Everyone, please remember, unmute yourself and give a big round of applause because that is the currency in Toastmasters, and we would all want to get rich, especially Toastmaster Raja. That said, thank you, Toastmaster Raja, and all the auxiliary role players for introducing your roles. Now it's about time we just get back into the game and just kickstart the official meeting. Just before that, let me just take a little bit of more time and just give you an overview of what the theme of today's meeting is. And today's meeting is quite self-explanatory. Those were the days. And perhaps in past 1 year, everybody might have imagined wondering, when will this time pass? Those were the days when I could just go out. Those were the days when I could just not don't have to wear a mask. Those were the days when we could just go around, hang with people. And so very extreme introverts like me, I will be like, those were the days when nobody could force me to go outside. I miss the lockdown days. I might be alone in this particular feeling. Nonetheless, each one of us have some sort of attachment with the past time. And in today's meeting, I would like you to just open up and express yourself in different ways about what are the days you miss in your life. And if I may ask you this, uh, that do you also feel yourself being too busy, like waking up and having through the morning routine, and when the corona time has passed and the work from home is going to go drive away, now you have to beat the traffic again and again and get stuck at red light honking with between honking and pollution. And during those nauseating moments, do you feel like visiting days when the life was simpler? Life felt like living and not rushing through checklist of tasks. And if I may ask you right today, right now, if you have a time machine and an opportunity to return to one time period in your life and relive it, what will that be? What will that time be when if you had an open opportunity in a time machine to go back and relive it? I really want to know, and I would love for each one of you, to just put that in the chat box or raise your hand and speak it out in front of everyone if you're comfortable with that. I would really love to hear about this. Oh, Toastmaster Raja is the first one. Perhaps you would like to go. Rest of
Yes.
we would love to hear what you're saying in a chat box. Meanwhile, please don't be shy, and we would love to hear. All right, Toastmaster
Yes,
Raja.
I would just like to go back when I was 1 month old and just sleep and eat. That's it. So there is nothing to do, just sleep and eat. 1 month old child. That's it.
Yeah, that's the part you remember. I don't think your parents remember exactly like that. They remember poop and crying, and they'll be like,
Yes.
no, 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 no. Uh, no worries about that. Toastmaster Aditya, school days, that's a broad spectrum. Particularly for me, I would say somewhere between class 4 to 6. That was the best part. You weren't too young, but you weren't also too old to have too many responsibilities. Nonetheless, why Toastmaster Aditya the only one who's wondering about that? I would love to hear from all the rest of the people. Anybody want to take up the opportunity, jump up, please be forward, or just put into the chat box. Again, it's really about opening up and realizing what shared values we have among all the Toastmasters present today. I guess, Sanjay, we would also love to hear from you if you could in the chat box. That would be fantastic. Perhaps you might have some shared memories with Toastmaster Shubha. You would want to add it. And so all the fellow Toastmasters, everyone, I will probably won't wait for too long. And that's it. We'll just have another 5 to 10 seconds. Nonetheless, personally, myself, if I had to go back, I would go back to my summer vacation time period in around the same time of class 4 to 6, going back to my nanny's house. It was a more simpler time. And the best part was that I did not have cable in my house, but we had cable in nanny's house. So that was the best part. We all just used to sit together, huddle together, all the cousins, play video games all the time until somebody come up and shoot us out of the room, and then go back watching all the TV shows until our nannies and mommies used to go and start with all of their daily soap operas. And that's particularly has been a little bit about mine. Yes, Ankit, about the college days finally. That's a fantastic, great time as well. But at this point, we're running a little late from the main meeting agenda. So we'll get back to that, guest Ankit. No worries, we will have to hear what you have to say about college days. That said, now it's about time to jump into the prepared speech section of today's meeting. And in the prepared speech section, we have a fantastic line of 3 good speakers. And our very first speaker is somebody who has been an enthusiastic guest for a very, very long and is joining us from Bangalore, all the way from Bangalore today. He's a student of commerce and he's a fantastic, enthusiastic person about giving, about public speaking. But before we go on to revealing, let's say your speech completely, I would like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Raja, to read out the speech objective. It's the icebreaker speech, so perhaps you could just cater it accordingly.
Varshit, his evaluator is Toastmasters Ridhima.
Oh, Toastmaster Ridhima has joined in. Oh, my apologies. Toastmaster Raja is filling in for which?
Second speaker.
All right,
Shubham
fantastic.
Soni.
Apologies,
for
there's a little bit of a
interruption.
confusion there. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhishek, for clarifying. Toastmaster Ridhima, please come forward and read out the speech objectives for Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varshit. Good morning, everyone. This is Toastmaster Ridhima. First of all, I would like to welcome Aditya to this amazing world of Toastmaster. I hope that today you embark onto a great journey and you come out very well from this world of Toastmasters. So your objectives are start speaking in front of the audience and introduce yourself. Timer, please note time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. I wish you all the luck. Thank you. Over to Varshit.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Riddhima. And with a big round of thunderous applause, please invite onto the stage impeccably dressed Toastmaster Aditya. Journey from premature to definitely not mature. Journey from premature to definitely not mature, Toastmaster Aditya.
Am I audible?
Yes, Toastmaster Aditya, you are audible as well as visible. If you might just want to take a little 2 steps back so that the entire body is visible.
Okay. Firstly, I like to request that everybody please turn on your videos. There are 12 participants. At least I want 15 participants to turn on their videos. Okay. Good morning, all. Good morning, Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I'm going to take you to my journey of premature to definitely not amateur. I was born on 17th October 1999. Please don't waste your time in calculating my age. I'm 21 years old. I was born tiny, underweight of 900 grams. I was weighing little less than a chicken, just more than a football. I was so excited to see my parents and you people. So I born 2 months early itself. I was premature 7-month baby. Coming to my childhood, I was not like other kids who used to play and enjoy their childhood. I had some health issues, which later on it kept improving. Coming to my school days, I was very naughty and talkative in my school days. Every teacher used to scold me and complain my mother about this. And that is one and only complaint about me. I had a lovely bunch of friends who supported me for everything, especially for doing naughty things and getting beatings from my teachers. I was pretty good in extracurricular activities. I remember once I participated in 200-meter running race. Surprisingly, I won third prize. Wow. But guess what? There were only 3 participants. I was a third person. I was a bookworm. I used to study hard in my school days. Coming to my college days, when I entered pre-university life, I was so excited. A new environment, new friends, new surroundings. I started eagerly participating in extra curricular activities. I started participating in singing competition. Luckily, I got praises from my teachers and from my friends for my mellifluous song and a mellifluous voice. I won prizes too. Then afterwards, I started participating in inter-college competitions. I like to share you an incident. Compati, so I like to share an incident. Once a business studies internals were going on. 10:30, it was about to end. Sharp 10:15, my teacher came to me and said, you have to go for inter-college competition. But the surprising part is, I have to represent my college for singing competition. I was so happy. I was so nervous, such that I forgot a remaining 15 minutes of internal test. Unfortunately, know what? I got passing marks in that subject. Thank God. It was just an internals. It was not a final examination. Coming to my degree life, enjoyment was less, studies were more. I spent a lot of time in library, referring books, and surfing through internet for the information for my projects. Unexpectedly, I participated in varieties of competitions there also. I got a challenge that I have to organize a business quiz and I have to prepare 1,000 questions, at least 700 questions in a Word as well as PowerPoint. It was a big challenge for me as I have already participating in other competitions also. 5 days, continuous other competitions. It was a great challenge for me and it was a great competition. Then coming to now, I am pursuing my further studies. I'm doing company secretary. I'm determined and focused on that. No matter how hard it is, I want to crack my company secretary 3 levels of examinations, which is foundation, executive, and professional in first attempt only, and make my parents proud. My hobbies are singing, listening to songs, reading books, especially autobiographies, biographies, motivational books, and adventurous books. One of my favorite books is The Old Man and His God by Sudha Murthy ma'am. My passion are I'm passionate about photography, singing, guitar, keyboard, and damn crazy about editing and doing blogs. In my life, what I learned from past few years is I should not deviate my goal. I should not deviate my goal. I have to focus on my goal, no matter how hard it is, no matter how entertainment it will come. I should focus on my goal and I should do this. I should become successful. By saying this, my life was a roller coaster ride. I was struggling with my health issues from my childhood. I would like to tell you one thing. I was born premature. In my life, I'm quite mature. Definitely, I'm not amateur. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmasters.
Varshit, please unmute.
My apologies. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Raja. And thank you very much, Toastmaster Aditya, for a fantastic introductory speech to all of the community. And we are very glad that despite joining the Bangalore Toastmasters Club, you choose to give your introduction speech, icebreaker speech in our club, in Pink City Toastmasters Club. That said, I know you are a bit nervous right now after going through this first speech, but I'll just hold on to your stage for a little while. And now you talked a lot about your pastime, school days, and your college days, your internals, your music, and you're now finally to your company secretary examinations, for which we give you very best of luck. But on that note, I would want to know you, since you talked about so many things, could you talk about one particular aspect of your school life which wasn't included in your speech, and something, if given an opportunity, you would like to return back to?
Not like that.
It seems you covered all your happy memory in the one speech itself. No worries about that. We'd love to hear all about your happy stories in your introductory speeches, and we give you best of luck for all your future, all your examinations and your career. Thank you very much, Ushma Aditya, for joining us today in our meeting. And with that, we will be moving on to the second speaker for today's meeting. And the second speaker is also set to give his icebreaker speech. And this being an icebreaker speech is going to be a bit of a challenging affair. So no worries, Toastmaster Shubham, we'll be all the way along with you. But before we could get into your exact speech title and invite you into the stage, I would like to inquire Toastmaster Raja, who will be acting as the evaluator, to read out the speech objectives and introduce the project to all of the members today.
Yes, please. A very good morning once again, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, and a special good morning to Toastmaster Shubham. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for taking the first step in actually preparing a speech and delivering it. So the purpose and making the mind of delivering first speech can be very horrific. So kudos, you made it till here. So the purpose of your speech is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. All the very best, Toastmaster Shubham.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shubham. Just to update the timer once again, the speech timing is 4 to 6 minutes once again. And with that, with a big round of thunderous applause, invite Toastmaster Shubham onto the stage. Toastmaster Shubham, life is to enjoy with whatever you have with you. Life is to enjoy with whatever you have with you, Toastmaster Shubham.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varshit and Raja Agarwal, for having me on the virtual stage. So, one day, I went to a barber shop. There was an old customer with some countable hair on his head. The barber asked him, "Uncle, shall I cut your hair or count?" The old man smiled and replied, "Just color it. Life is to enjoy with whatever you have with you." And that is my philosophy too. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guest members. My name is Shubham Soni, and today I'm going to tell you some interesting anecdotes of my life journey. I met with my parents 26 years back, and I was so excited about the meeting that I forgot about the dress code. I was born in a joint family of 20 members. I have two sisters, and my elder sister was the first baby girl in the house after 30 years. It was obvious for her to be the center of attraction. She was always treated like a princess. Not only my family members, but the neighbors were also enjoying with her presence. I, the seventh baby boy of our giant family, was watching all this from a corner. Nobody was paying any attention to me. Now, to get the attention of family members, I started wearing my sister's outfits. My favorite outfit was frock. I even danced in front of my relatives, wearing lehenga chunni on a famous Bollywood song, "Mere haathon mein nono chudiyan hain." And that's how I became the new favorite of all. Tippy Tippy Top Top, Chain Toad, Doctor Doctor, and Hide and Seek were a few of my favorite sports. Life was full of entertainment until I left my home in 2009 for secondary education. Within a month, life had become like Ishan Avasti of Tare Zameen Par. To kill the hankering to visit my hometown, I started living with my auntie. She was the one who inspired me to happy, no matter how adverse the situations are. I still remember I used to ask her, "How are you, Moshi?" And she used to reply, "I have migraine. There is a stone in my kidney. My knees are aching. I'm getting older day by day. And rest everything is functioning well in my body." With a bag full of learnings and memories, I moved to Jaipur in 2011 to pursue my engineering. I appeared for the RTO entrance exams, secured a good rank, and decided to sit for the online counseling process. I and my father had already visited almost all engineering colleges in Jaipur so that I could choose the best college during the counseling process. My father is a good observer, so he suggested me a few good colleges such as SKIT, JCRC, and Purnima College. Now, to show my smartness, I searched the top 10 engineering colleges of Jaipur on Google. The first college was Apex Engineering College. I didn't even notice that the results are in alphabetical order. I called my father and said, "Daddy, I want to take the admission in this college, since this is the only college with an English name, and Google is also showing it on top." And I took the admission in Apex College. But after joining the college, I realized that Google can also fool you. I was the only guy in the classroom who came through the counseling process. I still remember there was a guy in my classroom who was saying that he got the admission in this college with a 20,000 rupees discount. I thought to quit the college at that moment, but my father had already deposited the annual fees. My auntie used to tell me that good or bad depends on individual's perception. I calmed myself down and decided to enjoy my present without bothering about the future. After final year exams, I got placement in a company of virtual design construction industry. I was posted to the company's head office in Durgapur, West Bengal, where I met with a guy named Jaspreet Singh, who was also hired from the SKIT college. We were in the same batch, and he was a great communicator. When I was talking to him, he told me that he was the ex vice president at SKT Toastmasters Club. And luckily, we were assigned the same team and same project. I always believe that leadership and good communication is not a goal, it is just a process. And to keep this process in habit, I joined the Pink City Toastmasters Club. I wish that today, after breaking the ice, I could break out my comfort zone, turn my caterpillar self into a butterfly, and explore myself more and more with you all. Thank you everyone for having me on the virtual stage. Over to you, Toastmaster Worship.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shubham. That certainly has to take up the, the post one of the best icebreakers we have ever heard. I believe a lot of members in the meeting today would agree, attest to that. You're not only just fluent, but also a very good wordsmith with the words. And the worst part about your speech, I would personally admire was the honesty and the candidness that you gave it out loud. And truly, as you said, Toastmasters is not a place to achieve the communication standard, but to start the journey and practice over and over again to embed a lifestyle of communication and leadership. So thank you very much for your speech. Now, typically, as part of my agenda, I was going to ask and inquire a bit about, what your best parts were and, on your life and if something you would want to return back to. But listening throughout your I might want to give up my own idea of going back to my life and, take a zoom and peek into your life journey and how you were dancing around in frocks if given an opportunity to do the time travel. And if anybody else feels the same way, you could just put up a thumbs up in the chat box as well, because I think we would all love to see you in a bit of a frock and get around. And this is not to slight you, because I do myself have a bit of an experience inside, wearing women clothes around, and that too in public in front of thousands and thousands of strangers. Particularly, I've done played role of things like Jasmine and Aladdin. At the same time, I played role of Raja Harishchandra's wife. So I do understand the idiosyncrasy of wearing women's clothes in front of the public to garner their attention. So thank you very much. But if I'm just staying true to my original spirit, I might want to ask you, what is the part of the life, which you find the most endearing and special to you? Is it the college part, or is it, taking attention from your sister, and why is that so special for you?
Yeah, versus definitely the childhood part, which I memorize every time. As you said earlier in your speech that you used to like to visit your nani's house. The same, so do I. Like I used to visit every summer to the nani's house, and we were playing the video games. I used to dance in front of my relatives, wearing the ladies' clothes. I even wear the saris. That's how I enjoyed my childhood.
Yeah, I remember wearing saris. Yeah, it's a tough thing. I think 5 people used to take around to, dress me up. I hope things were much more easier for you. That's it. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shimon. It was a fantastic icebreaker, and it was fantastic to hear from you, and keep hearing you in future speeches in the future meetings as well. With that said, we would be wanting to move towards the final speaker of today's, but I think a third evaluator is facing a little bit of an hiccup. Toastmaster Mahima, could you just confirm if you're in the room with us? I believe I can.
Varshit, she is not here. Can we proceed with the table topic session so that I can connect with her again?
We could certainly try to do that, but perhaps we might just want to pause for a couple of seconds and make sure that if we, that she may not be able to join in right now and may be able to join later. Otherwise, this arrangement might throw off people away. So, Toastmaster Abhishek, I already shared with you her number. Could you just call and inquire?
Actually, she is facing internet issue.
Yeah, I know, but she may have faced internet issues later as well. So, in case if that's going to be the scenario, we might just change the evaluator and move forward with that. Uh, uh, so could you just contact her right away and see if she could join in? I think two
Cool,
people
cool.
joined in.
I'm doing.
Okay, so Toastmaster Manali and Toastmaster Aditya joining. So meanwhile, Toastmaster Abhishek is just confirming with Toastmaster Mahima if she would be able to join in. Unfortunately, she had a bit of a timing conflict and misunderstood the timing, and that's why she couldn't be here with us in the meeting. That said, it was fantastic to hear from you, Toastmaster Shubham. Guess Ankit, would you like to just step in around here and share your thoughts and ideas until now about the meeting? Anything? We typically go for it towards the end, but we would like to hear in between the meeting as well. How do we find the speech sessions, and is this something what you were expecting when you joined the meeting today?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would like to applaud Shubham for the great speech, and I haven't known that he's a great speaker because I've been living with him, but I didn't know the this side of him. Anyways, I think the session is really very much you can say insightful for me because I am looking forward to learn public speaking uh, skills. So as far as I think this this session and Toastmaster sessions will future sessions will going to help me improve my communication skills. And I'm fumbling right now because I'm pretty much nervous. So I think you pardon me for that.
No worries, no need to ask for pardon. We all been there. We all fumble from time to time in stage circumstances, but nonetheless, we are happy that you're here and here to support Toastmaster Shubham, and we would love to see you in the same spirit and same journey soon thereafter. Toastmaster Abhishek, could you just confirm if you're able to connect to Toastmaster Mahima?
Yes, I just contacted her and I have confirmed that we can proceed with the table topic session, and after that we can continue with the third speech.
So she'll be able to join in after 10-15 minutes or 15 to 20
Yes,
minutes.
yes, she'll be joining in 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, fantastic. So there's a bit of a reorganization in the meeting today due to the availability of our third evaluator for some time period. We will be diving right into the table topic section right now. And the table topic section is quite interesting and exciting. And Toastmaster Shubham is already very eager to take onto the stage and to the spotlight and release all the petard of table topics he has come up with. I think I should not step onto your movement, Toastmaster Shubham, and let you introduce what the role is, this section is all about, and how you will plan to conduct it. So, with a big round of applause, please let me welcome Toastmaster Shubham onto the stage, who is the table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varshit. Hello, everyone. It's great to see you after a long time. All right. Welcome to the most interesting part of a Toastmaster meeting, that is table topics. Those who are guests must be wondering what is a table topic, right? So, table topic helps to increase our, impromptu speak abilities. uh, I'll give a random topic, and you need to think on your feet and give a short, deliver a short speech of minimum 1 minute to maximum 2 minutes. There will be a 30-second of extension, time limit, in order to remain qualified for the best table topic speaker. I'll share my screen, and you need to speak on that, right? So are you ready, guys? So who wants to come first? Any member first would like to
Perhaps it will
go?
be best if a member can show exemplify how
Yes,
the topic session looks like, and we already have only most of the members to be in the meeting. So anybody would like to volunteer?
from the member.
All right, if nobody is up, I'll probably take up the first bait.
Yeah,
Toastmaster Shubham.
that's great. All right, for you, the topic is. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, I'm able to. And now you can also remove the screen.
We only see the things on the surface.
I think those must there is a bit of a noise. I'm muting you. And that's it. Thank you very much. We only see things onto the surface. Well, that may be true for a lot of people, but I do believe that I personally have a keen knack or a gift to be able to look into people's eye and understand their true character. I believe I have had a very good history of being able to recognize people and what their true intentions are. Now, you might say, Varshit, we're not really talking about people and their character. You're taking it into a metaphorical plane. Now, come on, can you see like a Superman and see through the wall, or a Shaktiman and just find out what's hidden inside, people's heart directly, or read their memories? After all, this could mean anything. But nonetheless, I believe that Toastmaster should infer that can you as a person see through what is not, what is just onto the surface, skin deep, and see reflect and see inside what it as a character or as a meat, what really truly, what truly matters, what truly is of value. And I believe that my personal experience in this regard has been of good great service to me. I remember when I was going I was a young student and trying to figure out what my career options are going to be like inside my college after my graduation. And I was very keen on pursuing academic journeys. And on the offset, everything looks very, very glamorous. Going out to do a PhD in a world-class university, become a professor, do academic research, publish many, many papers. And that seemed like a fantastic choice. However, on digging deeper, I realized that there is more to that academic life than what could sort for. Perhaps I realized that spending so many years outside of my house, living abroad in a different country, is a trade-off one has to make. I also realized during that time period that academic publishing, while a noble job, is often rewarded with poor financial returns. And in the early phase of my career, I would want to be a bit more financial stable. And these two factors, which are not really visible to the at outset about this academic journey, really helped me to hold down and recognize how much transition I would want to take. And that helped me to pursue my master's degree, where I was able to spend quality time into research, publish an academic paper, but at the same time also get out with a great job, and now holding on my time to figure out what would be the best time for taking a PhD. So I think, like in my life, I've been able to see what lies beneath the surface. So, with that, thank you very much, Toastmaster Shubham. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varshit. It was a great, uh, insightful speech. Now, who wants to come next? Yes, yes, Ankit, would you like to try or someone else?
Please don't be shy. We would like to hear from all of you about table topic sections.
Is there anyone raising hands or I cannot see them?
Unfortunately, nobody is raising hands until now, but we would like to see.
Shubham sir, you can pick anyone.
All right. So I'll choose Toastmaster Abhishek.
I'm already a speaker, sir.
All right. Manali, are you there?
Yeah, Shubham, hi.
Hello. So for you, the topic is you able to see the screen? Most addictive modern age trap, the social media.
Okay, so can I start?
Sure.
Yeah. So, most addictive modern age trap. I think trap nowadays for each and every individual is yes, social media and the gadgets we are into it, and it's not because we are too much indulge. Nowadays I feel people are not more into their personal communication, in personal interactions. They believe that social media is a life, and everything what they do, you should really show to everybody. And I personally believe putting your entire life on social media will give you nothing, because what matter at the end of the day is that you should have one friend, one real friend who stands besides you when you really need the most. But social media contains a full 100 and 200 fake friends, which is just for inner satisfaction, or I should say that it's a short time satisfaction which gives you. So I personally believe that yes, even we as an individual and the youngsters, we are coming into these traps, and I personally believe we should interact more personally rather than getting into the social media traps. That's all.
Well, right. So now who wants to come next? Yes, Ankit. All right. For you, the topic is we have shift plus delete to delete permanently from computer, right? And that for you, the topic is if you want to uh, delete anything permanently from your life, what would be that?
I think it would be procrastination because I don't know, with as I am aging up, I think my priorities are changing, and along with it, procrastination is something which I should remove it at this point. Otherwise, whether I aim to whatever I aim to achieve, I will not be able to achieve. So I think it's procrastination is a habit I want to shift and delete.
Uh, I mean, you just need to elaborate somehow till 1 minute.
Okay, sorry. So like. Mm, okay.
You can give some example of procrastinating where it went wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like I am very much into books. So but I don't know. Along with time, I grew this habit of purchasing them, but not reading them and keeping it for the next day or for next time. And with other things in life, like when daily things which are important, I don't read them. So I have this bundle of books, like it is complete whole library out there, but I'm not able to reach each one of them. So I think if I shift and delete my procrastination habit, I may able to acquire a lot of knowledge and from these books, and that much be resourceful as I have planned. So in other way also, I am into photography and everything. So because of my procrastination habit and like my willingness to stick to bed rather than stepping out and doing things, I might be missing out so many things in my life. So I think that procrastination is something which I will definitely try to give up.
Right. That was great attempt. Those was guest Ankit, I would say. Next, who wants to come next? Toastmaster Raja or anyone else?
Sir Raja said yes.
All right.
No,
So,
I hate this session.
for you, the topic is yes. For you, the topic is when the law stoops for money.
Okay, can you please explain me a
I
bit
mean,
more?
we
What does
see
stoop mean?
law can be sold out uh, by money, right? Uh,
Okay, got it. Got it.
you commit any crime, and if you have money, then you can be get rid of it, right?
Got it. So, I think this is a very interesting topic when the law stoops for money. And it actually happens, I'm not sure all around, but I'm guessing yes, to some point all over the world it happens. And, it is kind of making people who are poor not so worthy enough because they are the ones at the end of the day who suffer. So even in the smallest of the things, even if when you see demonetization happening or anything happening, the only people who are suffering is the poor ones, the ones who cannot afford things. So law in that sense should be something where every person has the equal right, as we all say that the person who the law is blind, and law is for everyone, but it happens, it is really sad. And you know, there have been instances, we have all seen them, where uh, the ones who are not so good enough are being murdered or being taken to places where it was not so great. So I think there should be a way to get out of it, and there must have to be a way to get out of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja, for your great speech. Now, who wants to come next?
Can you volunteer?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Aditya, you wants to attempt, right?
Yes.
All right. For you, the topic is just a second.
Everyone
has a boss.
Okay. Just a second. I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Everybody has a boss. I'll say this as everybody has a leader. I don't call them as a boss, as a leader, because a quality of a leader or a boss is to look after their employees or workers, as a work to be done in the accurate time with a perfection. So like that, everybody has a boss. Like uh, uh, we should have a boss, because uh, we by having a boss or a leader, so we got cautious about what we are doing, because we are aware that you should do like this, and they are what I can say, they show the pathways to achieve a success, and we can lead a success, we can lead a happy life, and what I can say, and we can see we can see the happiness. So yes, everybody should have a leader. Okay, what I can say, other thing is, we'll get some discipline. We'll get a good morning routine by they show some pathways. By saying this, it should by having a boss or a leader, we can lead a good life, a good self discipline to achieve a success, and as well as a company. Thank you, and over to you to tabletop.
Very well done, Toastmaster Aditya. Now, who wants to volunteer? Ridhima or Kirti? Would you like to go for it?
Anybody would love to see? There's a lot of table topics to go around, and even more enthusiastic speakers in our meeting club today. So we would love to see Toastmaster Komal, Toastmaster Kirti. Come on, don't be shy. This is the time to take up your, to take up your weekly dose of X.
Can I volunteer?
Yes, for sure. Toastmaster Kirti.
This Toastmaster Kirti, for you, the topic is
Okay, should I start?
let me talk. Yeah. It is not just a tree. Can you see the picture?
Yes. Can I start now? Hello.
Yes, Kirti, you can start.
Yes, you can start.
Okay. So as we are seeing, as we are watching in this urbanization period, that we are just letting the trees fall, and we are not seeing the background behind it, what they are working as for other kind of species. Like for animals, they are places of habitat. They are living for that. And the places at the tribal area, people are living on the products uh, which are can be produced from them, like fruits, like wax, and like branches of the trees. These are all the livelihood of the tribal people in the backward society. Even in the recent order of Supreme Court, we had a statement that if we fall a tree, we have to give around 75,000 into its age for falling that tree. So it's a huge statement, if we can say this. So it's a life-giving, it's a life-giving thing, which gives us oxygen. As we can see, like we are having a issue of deficiency in the hospitals in this kind of pandemic situation. So how can we think of falling trees in this space? So we should stop it, and we should motivate other also to stop doing these kind of things and have a substitute for this. Thank you. That's from.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kirti. You really justified the topic with you came up with statistics, so that was great, right? I got a message from Pratyush, right? So Pratyush, you want to volunteer for next, right? Yep. For you, the topic is
Tabletop Master, you are on mute.
yes. So the topic is what goes around comes around. Can you see the picture?
Yes.
Yep.
The third law of Newton, that is, to every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The reaction might not be accordingly, but there have to be a reaction. If you will bounce and jump on a bed that is full of spring, what will happen? It will bounce you back upward. Similarly, if you try to suppress anyone uh, that is not right according to the law of nature, then you will get the reaction from the same at one point when you will be on the weaker side and they will be on the stronger side. Before doing any activity or doing something harmful to anyone, we should always keep that in mind. That then we will then that when they will get the opportunity, they will also do the same thing. Yes, forgiving is a very big thing, and it's an act of bravery. But I want to know that how many people in this world or in this podium has that art of forgiving. If you are doing something to them or something to a particular person, You cannot expect from the same that he or she will forgive you, because forgiving is a very rare thing in this world. So before doing anything wrong to a person, you should be prepared that there is almost 99.9% chance that you will get the same thing at one point of your life. So judge your activities before doing anything. And if you think that you are doing something wrong and it will harm you in the future, stay away from that activity. Thank you, and back to you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you, guest Pratvish. It was really a great, commendable attempt. And I have one last topic. Who wants to volunteer for that? Anyone?
Come on, Toastmasters, we would love to see you picking up this final topic, possibly the crown for table topic speaker today. Anyone? Toastmaster Ayush, Toastmaster Komal?
Is there any guest left who is not able to take the topic?
No, there is no guest left.
What the guest?
Okay, you can give to Toastmasters Komal. I think she has volunteered, or anyone else.
Yes, sir, I can volunteer.
Toastmaster Komal, for you, the topic is integrity by unity. We see everyone is busy in making their own boat, and then how is it possible? Integrity by unity. Just interpret the picture and
Yeah, in childhood we listen a story about about a son of a farmer that has four sons, and whenever they try to cut a tree, cut a wood, they only one person, but they did not. But when they are together, they can do it. So obviously, unity is the best policy, because uh, uh, single person can't do anything. If we can do by unity, that we can do anything or everything. And and at the picture it shows that everyone cut the boat and make a smaller boat. So that is also a good example of unity, uh, because one person can't make a vote. And if everyone is going to help them, so they can do each and everything. So and everyone is busy on their life nowadays, so uh, we don't have time to connect with each other. But we should all we should always remember one thing, that whenever we are together, we can achieve anything, because without anyone's support, we can't do anything. If someone motivate us and inspire us that you can do these things, and you can these things, so we can achieve success, and we achieve the goal whatever we want in life. Thank you.
thank you so much, Toastmaster Komal. It was a great speech. So this was it. Uh, I hope you enjoyed the session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Worship.
Big round of thunderous applause for table topic master Toastmaster Shubham, who came up with such an interesting, exciting topics. And I have an even bigger round of applause for all the speakers who came forward and gave an impromptu speech despite feelings or struggling or worrying that they might be fumbling around, use too many filler words, and may not be able to speak for the time limit. All of you came forward, spoke, and made sure that you progressed one step ahead of where you started today in your communication journey. So kudos to all of you, and a great applause to all of you. That's right. In the interest of time in the organization, let's go back to our pending speech 3 from today's agenda. Our let's say our pre-planned evaluator Toastmaster Himayan wouldn't be able to join in, so I will be filling her in place to play the role of the evaluator for Toastmaster Abhishek. So for that, Toastmaster Abhishek, the objective of your particular speech are as follows. Your project is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. And for this project, member, you have to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And in this project, you have to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. With all of that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Abhishek onto the stage. So Toastmaster Abhishek, my unsung heroes, Toastmaster Abhishek. I'm a please
Thank
note.
you, evaluator. Yes. Techmaster, can you please confirm my audio and audio?
Yes, your audio and visual are impeccable. Please continue.
Thank you. Mentor. It is not just a word. It has a very deep meaning. Mentor is not only here to guide you, but also to groom you about your leadership skills. There is no age limit for a mentor. You can learn from a 5-year-old kid to a 50-year-old man. In my life too, I have learned from several leaders. Good morning, Toastmasters present here. Those were the days when I was the part of SKD Toastmasters Club. I joined SKD Toastmasters in my late first year. There was a lady who always and used to sits on the center chair because that is her chair and always will be. She not only moderate the meeting but also guide everyone present in the meeting. The most interesting part of the meeting is you are getting feedback other than general evaluator in detailed way. If you have given the speech after the evaluation, you will get a feedback. She created an aura like we feel that room like second home for us. And Toastmasters Raja will also agree with me because he was also part of some of the meetings. That lady is very charm, very much polite with everyone. She is none other than Toastmasters Bhavna, who is serving as treasurer for current EC of SKT Toastmasters Club. My second mentor, Archit Mathur. It will be strange for you all, but it is true. Even as a non-Toastmaster, he was a part of my mentor's life. When I used to prepare my speech, I always used to show him for the structure and the grammatical mistakes. And he always guided me and helped me that yes, there are some grammatical mistakes, you can reduce them or you can shorten the speech as you have time limit of 5 to 7 minutes. And he did not even ask for a very famous samosa of our canteen for all 3 years. He always helped me in my speech. He taught me that if you are a mentor, you don't need anything from your mentee. He was a selfless mentor. My third mentor. After completing my CCL and CC, I thought to start my first step ahead. So I decided to go for advanced communication bronze. Completing an advanced communication bronze is a big thing in SKT Toastmasters Club during those days. And I asked one of my friends that, can you be my mentor? And he accepted with both of hands. He was the host, he was the guest, he was the reporter whenever required. He helped me from starting to end. And at the end, I have completed my advanced communication bronze. Not only that, after completing my college, he was still with me And with the help of him, I completed my advanced communication silver, which was the third stage of the communication track. He taught me that mentor can be your friend. And yes, he was my mentor. My fourth and fifth mentor, Toastmasters Eksha, Toastmasters Ritima. Yes, they were mentor. After transferring my membership to Pink City Toastmasters Club, I didn't stop here. Continued my traditional journey and I decided to go with advanced communication code. After completing my two speeches, I decided to have a mentor because it was my first time in any community club. I decided to talk to both of them and I decided to make one of them as my communicator mentor and a leadership mentor. One helped me in my communication skills, one helped me in my leadership skills, one helped me in my all advanced communications, cold speeches, and one helped me in my all creative ideas. Thanks to both my mentors, because of them, I was able to deliver some creative meetings, whether it is Money Heist theme, whether it is Pink City Toastmasters Premier League, starring Toastmaster Varshit and Toastmasters Gaurav as the captain, or whether it was a club growth and pathway session having Nemesh Toastmasters, DTM Nemesh or DTM Rohannak. All thanks to both of my mentors who helped me to deliver these creative ideas. At the end, I would like to say that they were my mentor, they will be my mentor, and yes, they are my mentor. There is no age limit of your mentor. Even if you are experienced Toastmasters, you still have a scope for learning. So if you are a great leader, still you should have a mentor because mentor will always help you grow more and more and more. There is no limit in learning. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhishek, for sharing your mentorship experience with variety of mentors and letting people know what is the value of mentor in Toastmasters journey. And for the very new Toastmasters and the guests who present today, let me just contextualize this particular aspect. So a lot of people when come to Toastmasters, they just don't know what really it is about and how they're going to improve. They just know it's a place where the people come and talk and practice and go away. But really behind the skin deep of the surface, there's a lot of organizational schema which goes around. You provide a proper curriculum, you provide support environment in the meeting, but most importantly, also allocated a dedicated mentor who is supposed to supervise you, guide you, help you with your early phase of the Toastmaster journey. Learn what are the basics of speech constructions. Learn, understand how you can gain more confidence. Practice with them before you get onto the stage for the very first time. And this entire experience, and they help you on with writing your speeches, correcting your grammar, and so on and so forth, and share all the insights and wisdom they have gained by being ahead of you in that Toastmaster journey. And that is a very, very crucial, not spotlighted enough aspect, but of Toastmasters journey, but that is one of the most crucial aspect of it. And I believe if people are more interested, we could just go around and have a little bit of a conversation towards the end of the meeting. But thank you very much for Toastmaster Abhishek for your speech. And with this, we are concluding both the table topic section as well as speech section for today. And now we'll be bridging towards to the final evaluation sections, where the evaluators will provide the critique and share their company and ideas about what to be done in the speech. Uh, uh, but a little bit of a pause before that. We have a culture of taking up the polls for and the nominations for the best speakers in each of the section. And for that, I'll be running two polls: one for the best speaker and a second poll for the best table topic speaker. And that's it. The polls are going live right now. So I'm live, standing on the poll for the best speaker. Everybody, please vote in. I will give you 30 seconds to do so.
Varshit, I am co-host. I think I cannot vote.
Yes, you can't vote.
Cool.
Good. All right, everybody has voted. Thank you very much. Now I will be running the poll for the best table topic speaker. Please go ahead and fill the poll. Please finish up the voting. Okay, that's it. I'm ending the poll now. Okay, thank you very much for your polls. We will be sharing the poll results towards the end of the meeting after our final poll and with your certificates ready. Meanwhile, in the interest of time, let's just jump back into the evaluation section. And I would like to invite a very wonderful general evaluator of today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Raja. So Toastmaster Raja, please step up and start our evaluation journey for today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varshit, and thank you so much, Pink City Toastmasters Club, for such a wonderful, wonderful session. A very good morning once again to all the fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. So, as I told you, evaluation is the heart of Toastmasters Club. Why? Because you cannot improve yourself unless you are being evaluated, unless you do not know what are your shortcomings. So, here is the time to know the shortcomings, but not just in a regular way, in a way that you will love to listen. So first, we have our first evaluator for speaker one, that is Toastmaster Ridhima. She's an amazing person and she was the first female president of Pink City Toastmasters Club. With a big, big, big round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Ridhima. And just a second before that, timer, please note time is from 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Ridhima, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja, for such a great introduction. And I first of all would like to apologize because of my net issues. I won't be able to on my video. So I would be giving my evaluator. You will have to face a blank screen. I am sorry for that. So let's move ahead. Timer, you can start the time now. Oh my God, Toastmaster Aditya, what should I say? The way you just started your speech, before even saying your appearance said it all. You were well prepared. You appeared numb but calm. You appeared confident but at the same time a bit nervous. Your speech was entirely ironical, I believe. Starting with the best part of your speech, the way you transited in your speech, it was wonderful. I could learn each part of your life, whether it was your childhood, whether it was your college life, your relatives, your friends, and everyone. I could also know about what all you did in your childhood. And the thing that caught my attention was the way you said that everyone motivated you to to sing whenever you went to sing a song. And I believe we are the one in Toastmasters who really want to hear one of your singing composition as well. So I'll be waiting for that someday. Another best part about your speech was that it was well organized. You were very calm while you delivered it, and also you were very composed. Another best part of your speech was your pitch was really good, and you knew what pauses were really efficient for you to speak. You were sitting in a very nice posture, which made your speech and your body language very clear and positive. The only thing which I felt lacking in your speech, though it is your first project and I might not recommend you here, but I felt since all the areas were really good, if you could learn on this area, your speech would go to the marvelous level. That was that while you were delivering your speech, I could feel there were times when you went like, and then you had your eyes over on the wall up, I mean on the roof, and then here and there, which somewhere made me feel that you are lacking in your preparation. Maybe you wrote the speech well, you read it well, but there was some shortcomings when it came to preparing it well. If you could have learned it well, you would have delivered it more beautifully. For that, what you can do is you can read up your speech like 5, 10 times, go up in front of the mirror, and then memorize your speech. Or maybe you can start the speech recording. You can memorize your speech there, listen it back, so that you know that where your ahs and ums are coming and where you are lacking or where you are forgetting things. This way, it would be really easy for you to remember your speech. Other than that, the speech was really great. It was so good to know so much about you, to come close to what your personal life is. I hope that the beautiful start that you have done in your journey today takes you a lot further. And I wish you all the luck in the journey. Thank you, and over to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ridhima, for such a wonderful, wonderful evaluation. Next up is me. So I would be evaluating Toastmaster Shubham, and timer, you can start the time now. Okay. So Toastmaster Shubham, I could not stop thinking that this was your first speech. I could not really imagine that how can a person speak so flawlessly, so fluently in the first speech itself. When I remember my speech, I just remember standing there for 5 straight minutes, and that's it. So it congratulations to you on doing that very, very, very well. So, coming on to the commendable parts of your speech, you started your speech with a story. And what a story does can be done by none other things. So you connected with the audience in just the blink of an eye the moment you started your speech with the story. Then you were very bold enough to reveal all the things you had in your mind. I could not do that, but you said all the things that people are shy to say. People do not actually, say those things in the eyes. You wore female clothes and all the stuff you did, and you were very, very bold. And once again, kudos to that part too. Then again, you had connection throughout your speech. You talked about the 90s games we used to play and everything about the Apex story and about the company you worked in. Personally, for me, it was very connecting because the company you worked in, I worked in too. You might not know because it was just for 4 months, but I worked in that company too. So for me, it was a story which I could connect well. And it was such a great speech. If I had to give you a recommendation, it would be just one that if you could talk about your future goals as well. You talked about your childhood, you talked about your teenage, and then your college life. If you could talk about what you want to do now, it would be great for us to know. Overall, you made the audience smile throughout your speech. You were very funny. You were amazing. You arranged your speech in the chronological order. So, again, a very great job done. Congratulations on completing your first speech. Looking forward to hearing more from you. Thank you. Next, our next evaluator is Toastmaster Varshit. So, another president of Pink City Toastmasters Club, a person who has done great things in Toastmasters and in his personal life. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Varshit for evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Raja. Kudos Toastmaster Abhishek for taking up the project on Toastmaster mentorship and delivering an interesting and intriguing speech about your personal experience and connecting with the audience about how mentorship plays an important role. A speech about mentorship in Toastmasters is very, very vital, as I explained before, because it helps highlight very undermined aspect, but very, very crucial aspect of Toastmasters journey. And given your own personal experience with variety of different mentors who have helped you build from scratch from a person who had challenges while speaking up onto the stage for even a little while and not be able to put together paragraphs of words which could be considered a speech to person who can come forward and deliver fluent and flawless speeches over and over again. That really exemplifies what Toastmasters mentorship journey can do to a person. And in that sense, being not just by your speech but also by the example of yourself. You did a great job in exemplifying what the Toastmaster journey and mentorship looks like. Talking about your particular aspect of your speeches, I would say that your poster was quite spot on, and so was your hand gestures. You were very well organized and connected with your body language and your words. You were able to, your words and hands were synchronized and expressed where when you were talking about crucial strong elements, your hands moved in a more open position and rigid position, while at the same time they were flexible with the flow and emotion of your voice and emotion. And that helps us in creating a subconscious contact. And great job for improving upon that, because that was perhaps one of the challenges you used to face early on, because you were trying to remember your speeches often and pause at wrong places, and that you used to throw away your hand gestures. And that's a good part about improving upon that. Another good aspect of your speech was the authenticity. Today in our speeches, we have seen all through our speakers coming up and being really authentic and candid about it. And in your experience as well, you have had very hard experiences when it comes to public speaking, but you were true and you were authentic about what those experiences were and how that helped. And that really makes audience feel and realize that this is a person we can trust to listen, because nobody really knows real history. But if we can share the element of trust, people will listen to and people will care about. But now let's move to your feedback actions. One of the things I like to emphasize strongly is that you have a uh, very strict regime of pauses. You don't pause when the pause is needed, but you pause at a particular fixed interval. You will speak few words in few seconds, and then you will pause. Then you will speak another few words, and you'll pause. And that pause, your tone and emotions may not be static, but your pause frequency is static, and that does not reflect very very well onto to the audience, and they may feel thrown away in terms and judge you poorly as an orator. Another aspect I would like to emphasize for you to improve is to contextualize your speech. You threw away the words like ACB, ACS, and also talked about different mentors and programs and pathways. But these are not really always easily accessible or understood by every member in the audience. We have a guest and early Toastmasters, and they might not really understand what those things are. And you might want to contextualize your speech. Another example was the samosa of your canteen, and that might reflect to the people, but you might want to share some more insight into that and let people understand, why those things are important. And finally, you tell your story a lot. It would be time that you might start showing. You could incorporate more real examples and real quotes that might help contextualize your story to better to the audience. Overall, great attempt. Thank you very much. It was worthwhile listening to you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Varshit, for such a great evaluation. So, with this, we end up our evaluation of the speech session. And next up, there is tag team who will be helping us with the timing, our counts, and grammatical errors and good usage of words. So please help me welcome timer for the day, Toastmaster Ayush, for his report.
Thank you,
Toastmaster Ayush.
Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster
Yes,
Raja. Just wait for 1 minute. I will be presenting my report.
for sure.
I think we can move on to the next role player in the meanwhile.
Okay, for sure. I'll do that. So, may I invite Toastmaster Vishnu for the R counters report till the time.
Okay. Okay, here's a report. Toastmaster Aditya used four times in his speech. I couldn't pick any errors in Toastmaster Shubham and Toastmaster Abhishek's speech. Toastmaster Manali used four times in her speech. Yes, Ankit used I. I thought I was used repetitively in his speech, and four times. Toastmaster Raja used thrice in his speech, which I thought was redundant, and once. Toastmaster Aditya used more than five times, and so twice. Toastmaster Kirti used thrice in a speech, and so twice in a speech. Guest Pratyush used thrice in a speech, and Toastmaster Komal used uh, six times in a speech. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishnu. That was an amazing and a crisp report. Next up is
Yeah,
our grammarian. Okay, are you ready, Toastmaster
yeah,
Ayush?
yeah. I am
Yes,
ready. Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Fellow Toastmaster friends and guests, here is my timer report. For table topic, 2 minutes is for table topic 2 minutes is the maximum. Toastmaster Varsit 2 minute 10 second. Toastmaster Manali 1 minute 22 second. Guest Ankit 1 minute 40 second. Toastmaster Raja 1 minute 29 second. Toastmaster Aditya 1 minute 33 second. Toastmaster Kirti 1 minute 50 second. Guest Priyanshu 2 minute 14 second. Toastmaster Komal 1 minute 25 second. And for speech, maximum time limit is 6 minutes. Toastmaster Aditya 6 minute 30 second. Toastmaster Shubham 4 minute 57 second. Toastmaster Abhishek 5 minute 58 seconds. And for general evaluators, Toastmaster Ridhima 2 minute 52 seconds. Toastmaster Raja 2 minute 26 seconds. And Toastmaster Vatsit 3 minute 10 seconds. Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ayush. So that means nobody is disqualified, I guess.
Yeah, just a second. Uh, in speech, Toastmaster Aditya disqualify for 30 second is more than the time limits.
30
And
second is fine, I guess. 30
yeah,
second is the grace period.
and
Yes.
rest of is okay.
Okay, thank you so much. So
Okay.
nobody disqualifies. That is a great news. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ayush, for such a great news, such a great report. Sorry. Next up is Toastmaster Komal for her grammarians report. Toastmaster Komal, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Here is my report. Uses of good word. Toastmaster worship, honking empirically. Toastmaster Ridhima, embark, marvelous. Toastmaster Raja, horrify. Toastmaster Shubham, Edwards, perception, caterpillar. And Toastmaster Raja, chronological order. Toastmaster Aditya, mellifluous, and good phrase is my life is a roller coaster ride, and word of the day is used by Toastmaster Aditya 3 times. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Komal, for your report. So I would be coming down to my report now, starting with the Sergeant at Arms. Kirti, Toastmaster Kirti, you did a great job starting the meeting. You introduced us to the Toastmasters and you introduced the mission and vision of a Toastmasters club. Just one recommendation from my side would be whenever you are calling the next speaker, if you could tell 1 to 2 lines about them, it makes them feel better about being on the stage. Next comes our presiding officer who started the meeting and he explained about Toastmasters well, Ralph C. Smedley, the club started and introduced the next speaker well. Just one recommendation from my side would be if you would have a little more enthusiasm, it would be a great, speech. Next up is Toastmaster of the Day, who never ever fails to wonder people. So you did a great job. You engaged people very well. You had things to talk about, and you also made guests know more about the mentorship program or wherever you felt they could be stuck. So great job done on that part. I would just recommend to not change the order of the meeting since it creates a hassle in the minds of the guests, and that's it from my side for you. I would go to table topic master now. You had, as usual, you had very insightful topics. I personally enjoyed a lot. And the best part was the pictorial representation of all the topics. I'm not sure where did you get those pictures from, but those were great. Just one recommendation from my side would be whenever you are introducing the speaker, you could say name, topic, name. That makes it more clearer and it makes people understand, okay, that's now it's their turn now. For the evaluators, they very well use the sandwich method. So first they had recommendations and recommendations, and all the evaluators told shortcomings and some of the evaluators also told how to overcome those shortcomings. So great job done to all the evaluators. Overall, it was a meeting I enjoyed, and I am looking forward to further more meetings of this sort. And yes, this was an amazing experience. For the tag team, uh, Timer did a great job. The report was short and crisp. Our counter's report was short and crisp as well. Just for the grammarian, you could also add some grammatical errors which people can improve in their further speeches and make your report without any names, generic report. So that's all from my side. I hand backstage over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Varshit.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Raja. Once again, I would like to remind everyone the currency of Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Raja really wants to feel very rich. So please do not shy away from giving big round of applauses to him for the wonderful job done. Now, all said and done, let's get few of the bureaucratic parts away from the meeting. I'm going to release the final poll. This poll will be about all the remaining players, like its evaluators, role players, and auxiliary role players. So please just take 30 seconds of your time and fill up your vote for the best players in each of those categories. The poll is live right now. So please quickly fill it up. That will be big help. Um,
There is a correction, like evaluator 3 will be Toastmaster Varshit. So keep in mind that
oh yeah,
all the voters,
I forgot to change that part.
no
worries.
issues. Yep.
By the time you calculate votes, we can chit chat if you say.
So Raja, when you are joining PCTC,
Oh, very soon.
waiting for
I
you.
have already talked with Toastmaster Manoj and I'm paying the fee. I was paying fee yesterday, but I would be doing that today.
No worries, Raja, you're rich now. You got a lot of applauses.
Yes, I am rich.
That said, we do not accept that as currency as a membership fee, by the way, unfortunately. We still need you for cash in dollars. Just a reminder.
Okay. I still want to hear being an iPad, so yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. The poll is officially completed, and we will be sharing the results in a little while while the certificates and other preparations are in order. Toastmaster Abhishek, I am sharing the result with you right away. But meanwhile, before I take a little bit of a leave for the next 30 seconds, let's conclude the theme of the meeting today itself. When going back to our meeting of the day, that is, those were the days we talked about in the beginning. What kind of days people would like to go back to, given an opportunity. We had fantastic line of speakers. We all shared their stories, talking about their history, their life, their journey, what their experiences were, maybe about school, singing, dancing, gaining attraction, joining a college which wasn't quite the best decision, to the part about how mentorship has helped people. And we all have a lot to look back to, cherish to look back to. But I might want to ask this question to each and every one of you. And is that if you had this opportunity to really go back in time, but there's one thing you would be willing to trade for, something important, what would be that one thing you would be willing to trade to get back into that past time and live that time period again? I would really like to hear back, either, if you want to speak up or write into the chat box, that will be terrific. And I know there is something precious in everybody's history. So I would really want to know, what is that something you would be willing to sacrifice to go back to that old time period? Come on. Please don't be shy. The chat box is still waiting. Okay, seems like everybody takes up what the message from Toastmaster Shubham very, very seriously. You live in your present time and you're happy with whatever you get. Isn't that? Life is to enjoy with whatever you have to enjoy with yourself. It doesn't seem like the motto almost everybody has taken up. Toastmaster Komal would want to go back to school trip. But what is that you would be willing to, give up in your life to go back to that school trip? It should be a worthwhile school trip, definitely. Okay, so seems like a lot of people are. Oh, Toastmaster Shubham wants to live back in his joint family once again. That seems like an interesting one. Just out of curiosity, are you living like a bachelor life right now?
No, I'm married. I
You're
recently
married.
got, yes, married in December 2020.
Oh, a late congratulations,
Thank you.
and future congratulations for good news future.
Probably after
You
3
should leave
years.
everything and come back to Jaipur. You should definitely do that. You should leave your degree. You should leave your job, but you should definitely come back to Jaipur. That's the best place in the world.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, no worries. I think since a lot of people are shy, since I'm the host, let me go ahead and share my part of the journey. I would, as I talked about that, I would like to really go back into the time when I was in class 4 to 6 and going back to the summer vacation with my nanny's house. And that could be a little difficult. What I would be willing to trade forward in my life to, go back. But if I may be a little sneaky right now, I would say, I would want to be able to, give away my rest of my life and set back it into the past and relive that time period once again. However, with the granted wish that I could retain a little bit of prescience about what may come in the far future and take the most and maximum out of that time period and not be in a hurry to grow up. I mean, how many people here in this meeting felt like, life would be so much better when they'll grow? Please, by a show of hands or a thumbs up. How many people thought, really deluded themselves into believing that life was going to be so much more easier and wonderful once you grow up and you have your own money and your own job and even your finances? And how many now feel that's the truth? Adult people lie really, really bad to you, don't they? I'm telling you, adulthood is the biggest scam being played out for generations and generations. Your parents wants to wash away their responsibility. Okay, grow up. Now our job is done. Okay. That's said and done. I think we're officially concluding the meeting today, and now we'll be shifting to the last phase of the meeting, where I hand over the stage back to our acting presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhishek. So, Toastmaster Abhishek, I welcome you onto the stage to take guest feedback as well as announce the results and order the meeting close. Thank you very much.
Can we have a huge round of applause for our table topic master for today's meeting, Toastmaster Varshit Dosar?
Table topic master?
Toastmaster today. Varshit, you did a really great job as you always used to do. Toastmasters, today's theme was those were the days. And we have some guests here. First, I would like to invite our guest. Techmaster, can you help me with the name?
Guest Ankit. He's the only guest
Guest
present right now.
Ankit. Can I have you on the stage, please?
Yep, sure.
My first question, currently you are doing a job or some?
Actually, I left my job. I was with Shubham previously, and I took up freelancing as a full-time profession. So currently, I'm a freelancer.
So from those were the days, how was your first day in the organization?
It was very much kind of a mixed kind of a feeling in my organization, because I always wanted to do something else, but due to financial reasons, I had to join the job. So I was very much happy that I found very great people as my batchmates, and also I was a little bit concerned like what I'm doing in my life. So it was kind of a mixed feeling for me, but and it both ways, like in professionally and personally, there were different kind of experience. Like if I talk about personal experience, they were awesome because we had very good time. Like we went Durgapur, and it was a complete whole 1 year span, almost 1 year span. We did a lot of things. Just coming back out of college and having our own money gave us a little bit freedom to earn our own experiences. And professionally, it was kind of I don't know. I won't say much good, because I was always into something else, and it was a lot of compromising for me for doing what I was. So yeah, and then if you want me to summarize it, it was a mixed kind of a experience.
So would you like to give the feedback for today's session, like how much you like it, or any suggestion would you like to give?
I'm kind of new to this, so I actually enjoyed that everybody, despite of his ability, they are trying to give their best and willing to come up on the stage and taking the opportunity to improve themselves. So this is something great, and I would like and definitely want to be part of it and continue it for a quite a long time.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for him? Master, is there any guest left?
No, there is no other guest left. However, guest Ankit, would be great if you want to stay connected and you can share your contact into the chat box with either me or Toastmaster Abhishek in person, and you might add you to our WhatsApp group where you could get updates about your future events, and if you want to stay connected onto this journey of improving communication, that will be terrific. Okay.
Can I invite Toastmasters Raja on the stage?
Oh, yes, for sure.
How was your first day as a guest in Toastmaster?
It was worst. Trust me when I say this, it was worst because, back in the day when I, was the guest, there were only 5 to 6 people who used to come to Toastmasters, and we used to have meeting in IPS Business School, and the school was closed. So we had the meeting in the park, which is just beside the school, and I was SAA. Imagine on the first day of my guest was SAA for the day, and I did not know what to do. I was just given the script, and I have a very soft voice, as you might all can hear. So I could not even reach the person who was sitting in the first bench. So, but somehow I managed to do that, and it was the worst ever first session, but I somehow did it, and here I am today.
Uh, I have heard from someone that your current tragedy is your future comedy, and now look where you are. You are the former area director in the Toastmaster. That is a that is huge. Can we have a round of applause for him
Yes,
again?
thank you so much.
And I would like to know about today's meeting's feedback.
Oh, I have it written, and that's all I have to say. Whatever I said in the general evaluation session.
Okay, no issues. So moving on, it's time for the awards. Let's go with the first award for today's meeting is Best Auxiliary Role Player. Any thoughts about it? Who should be?
Our counter.
Yes.
And today's winner is Toastmasters Vishnu, our counter for today's meeting. Next, Best Evaluator. Can anyone guess?
Can I go for me?
Raja.
No.
Ridhima for the Raja.
When Ridhima and Varshit are there, I cannot be
Okay,
the one.
but none of your wishes are approved. Today's best evaluator is Toastmasters Ridhima Gupta.
Yay!
Now coming to the next, the best table topic speaker. There were many table topic speakers.
I guess it's Varshit.
Varshit, I guess too.
And can I have some more guesses?
Kirti.
Kirti maybe.
Your genie has approved your both wishes. Toastmaster Kirti and Toastmaster Varshit both are the winners for the table topics. Best role player.
This time it's worship.
Yes.
Yes.
You're right, Toastmaster Varshit. Toastmaster of the day. And the last, best speaker of today's meeting.
Has to be Shubham.
Shubham. No one else.
Why Shubham? There were two more.
Because he's my mentee.
I was too.
And we worked in same
I am too.
company. So yeah.
The best speaker for today's meeting is Toastmasters Shubham Shah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we have a round of applause for all the winners for today's meeting. As Toastmasters today says, the money is the clap. Is there anyone who wants to ask any question? Because I am declaring today's meeting over.